but always go to them with the spirit to help them. Hey, this is Jace.
Hey, this is Will. Good to see y'all again.
How y'all doing today?
Well, I've heard that you took a trip to Nashville, Tennessee.
Yes.
He went to Nashville. He's always going somewhere, and you left me home this time. So, man, where's the love?
Let's see, roughly a little bit over a month ago, I was scheduled to go to a Christian sales retreat in Colorado Springs. And
That's in Colorado.
Right.
Okay.
So I received a call from the founder, Justin Janowski, and he told me that they had just went to a conference and worked at a conference, and you know, they made a significant amount of income for their organization.
Wow.
And then they got invited from that conference, they got invited to another conference, and that conference was actually the same time as the retreat I was scheduled to go to in Colorado Springs.
Right.
He was kind of asking me, you know, and before he even asked, I said, well, you have to do this. I can go another time of the year. But I openly said, I was like, look, you have to do this.
Right.
You know, because it's a great opportunity for your organization. They're just starting out. You know, they're about 8 months fresh now, you know, just right out the gate. So, you know, if you could get a big bump in your income, I mean, awesome, you got to go for it. So he said, yeah, he said, this is a really great opportunity for us. I was like, yeah, it really is. You know, it's a great opportunity to go sell this gentleman's event, his coaching packages. Right. I said, matter of fact, I know how to sell too. So he said, yes, you do, but you haven't sold these type of packages before. I said, this is true. And he said, but I can coach you up on it. And at that point, I just let Justin talk, because at that point he had evidently seen some value that I could bring to the table.
Right.
So we started these conversations about going to Franklin, Tennessee, which is not far from Nashville.
Right.
And 3 weeks after that first conversation and 3 calls later, prior to the event, a Monday prior to the Monday of the week of the event, he says, hey, if you're still wanting to go, you're in. He said, this guy is Ray Edwards. Okay. Ray Edwards is actually a master copywriter, so he's written ad copy and the like for people like Tony Robbins, Jack Canfield, Michael Hyatt.
Wow. So he has a nice catalog of people he's worked with.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. Wow. So I was like, wow, okay. Yeah, absolutely, I want to go. He said, yeah, we're going to pay for your flight. We're going to pay for your food. We're going to pay for your hotel. All that's covered. And then on top of that, you get to come with us and potentially make some money as well. I said, hey, I'm in. He said,
I'd like to hear that.
Yes. No, it was like nothing but a great experience and trip. And I told him, I said, he said, now, you know, I realize that you haven't had many of these sales conversations. I said, look, Justin, I'm open to do whatever. He said, well, I just want to clarify that, you know, if you're open to do sales, that's great, but we may need you in a support role. I said, look, sales, support, or cleaning the toilets. I said, I just want to be there. I want to be a fly on the wall to just be in that space. Because this is, you know, I've been to many conferences before as an attendee, but I've never been as like a support person, like behind the scenes, or in this case, sales and support. So it was a new experience for me.
Well, how did the sales go?
The sales went really well. You know,
what's your takeaway from the whole weekend?
Well, you know, my takeaway was that, one, ask and you shall receive. Because if I wouldn't have said, hey, I know how to sell too, this would have never transpired.
Right.
So I put myself out there. You know, I kind of feel like I was joking in a way. I was kind of like joking, just kind of teasing, but I really wasn't. Because I think I recall the way I said it. I was like, hey, I know how to sell too. There was no joke in that, because I sincerely knew that if I was around this group of people the Faith to Influence. That's the name of his company, Faith to Influence. If I was around this group of people that I could, gain some additional skills that I didn't possess before. And then on top of that, to go to a copywriting conference, which I had no, I knew what copywriting was, but I've never been to a copywriting conference. Wow. So that, just to be a part of the sales and support team, and actually, they were very impressed with my networking skills and my ability to connect with people. And
you do have a connectivity, I promise you that.
Well,
you're amazing.
Man, thank you. I appreciate that. And however, one huge thing I learned was from a gentleman, one of their speakers. He's called the mindset guy. I don't know his official title, but he speaks on mindset, and rightfully so. Cliff Ravenscraft. This guy is phenomenal at networking. I mean, he is a master networker in my book. I literally learned so much from him, and he's just amazing. So definitely, I would encourage you check out Ray Edwards if you have any inkling to do any kind of copywriting for your business or your organization. Mm-hmm. Secondly, if you're in sales, check out Justin Janowski on Instagram and Facebook. Janowski. But the company name is Faith, the number 2, Influence. Faith to Influence. And then also, please check out Cliff Ravenscraft. Like the raven, the bird, and craft, making a craft. So Ravenscraft. Overall, man, it was just a great trip. Yeah, so I got to meet with Bob Harrison.
Right. He used to live here.
Yeah, he used to live here, and he was on the Chamber of Commerce board with me for several years, and he moved over to Franklin, Tennessee.
He's a great guy.
He really is.
He's always trying to help everyone. He's always paying it forward.
Yeah, he really did a lot for the Chamber, and he's actually doing a lot in Franklin, Tennessee as well.
Yeah, so I sure miss him being here. He's a great guy.
Definitely.
If you were going to give me a one-liner about your trip to Nashville and Franklinton, what would that be?
Yes. So I would love to give you a one-liner, but it would be a run-on sentence. So I'll give you a two-liner.
Okay.
So
Jay's got jokes today.
The one thing is, if you don't ask, then you'll never ever know. If you don't ask, you'll never know. Just like the New York trip, I reached out to George. Well, it lined up where we got to go to the Empire State Building.
Right.
Same thing with this Nashville trip, Franklin, Tennessee / Nashville. If I wouldn't have asked Justin, then I would have never knew.
Right.
So that ask and you shall receive. Maybe sometimes you will, maybe sometimes you won't. But if you never do it, then you'll never ever know for sure. And secondly, if you want to do something, if you want to connect with someone, and you see, you never know how people can help you.
Right.
But always go to them with the spirit to help them. And be more interested in them than you are interested in seeking what you want to do for yourself. Because in wanting to help them, they'll want to help you. And that's something that was reinforced by Cliff. Because he just had this spirit to want to help. And I was like, man, I just observed, after he was one of the first person I came in contact with at the conference. And then I observed him just networking and just amazing with people. But he came with that spirit to give. And it was just really like, wow, I want to be like him. I want to do that.
Wow. I want to tell you something about this giving and stuff, networking. I told you a couple of years ago, I went and did a film for some ladies eating ball crawfish. Some old ladies.
Yeah.
You got something on my nose?
No, that was me.
Okay. I told you that I went to go film some old ladies eating crawfish. Well, how much fun is 4 ladies eating crawfish with the camera? That's boring. Well, I did it because I was helping someone out, right? Mm-hmm. You know what call I got last week on Friday?
What's
So
that?
like 4 days ago, I get to film American Idol winner Lane Hardy in Baton Rouge.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because of that?
Well, because I did that thing, all the events from the crawfish boil ended up with today. I get to film American Idol. I get to bring my camera crew, and we're going to be filming America's Sweetheart. You see, the paying it forward thing?
That is
help,
cool.
wanting to help. Because I didn't get paid to do the crawfish ball. So you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And generally, when it does happen, it's beyond your expectations. So I think that's all for today, man. You got anything else?
No, man. I think that's it.
All right, let's wind her up.
All right. Well, hey, I'm Jace.
I'm Will.
Y'all have a great day.
Okay, bye now.